Alright, hello guys. Sorry about that. We're taking care of a little interesting thing going on there with one of the team names. I'm not sure. Anyway, sorry, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. But I was just very confused and thought I was missing some context. One of the teams are named something a little bit, I don't know, a little bit odd that I'd rather not be blurred on stream unless I'm just missing something culturally appropriate, and in which case I apologize. But yes. In any case, yeah, I know that makes no sense. We have a match here, though. Should be a good one between Frostbyte and iC3 over on VRML 2 here. On VRML 1, so much for subtlety and Sir Dimwee there, over there casting a very intriguing matchup between Spaghetti and Joker. So, got some options for you. Thinking this should be a good game. Let's see. All right, we're good on that end. So, letting them know that they can go. All right. So sorry about that. We're about to start now. Is an A's on alt. That makes sense. But in the context of a stream, it's a very weird thing just to have in big bold letters should they win. Anyway, we're ready to begin. Yes, no worries. Yeah. Every once in a while you see some remnants of like Pizza League team names, which are kind of fun to see, but I don't know. Ideally, it's one of kind of, I guess, a caster's feature request. It'd be super cool to be able to actually change up the names on the spectator end of things. Make for a little bit easier managing. Because otherwise, the way a lot of us casters do it, or at least the way that I do it, in any case, is for a lot of the teams, especially the ones that I don't know too well, got the dry erase stickers kind of right above my monitor on the bezel. And I write the names right there on the top. And that's how I kind of keep track. Now I know what you're thinking. Maybe if you know, you don't cast too much, you think, well, it's easy. You should know these teams. You can glance at their names and this and that. But honestly, it's harder than you'd expect, especially when you're kind of firing off at a fast pace with the casting and whatnot, and you're trying to discuss the action, which changes every half second. It's a lot easier just to really quickly glance at the very top and say, okay, this team is named this, that team's named that, boom. As opposed to just trying to do the brief, or jog the memory briefly and make those neural connections fire. Don't need none of that. The more autopilot, the better for the caster. Pro tips. But yes, these two teams coming in the Master Division. Obviously, a lot of recognizable names and faces in here from prior seasons. So both of these teams are new by name. As some of them give a shout out before that goes. I don't think the stream heard that quite yet. But yeah, both these teams new by name, team name that is, but that's about it. That's where it ends. Everything else, I mean, we're expecting some goodness here. We're expecting some fire and ice, and some frostbite apparently. As this first joust, well, that's a bit slower than expected to be quite frank, but eventually getting the disc back is going to be Jay Tabeka here for iC3. And actually, look at that. iC3 on the default overlay actually changed it for me. It says iC3 now. How nice. Nice of iC3. As Mozzie gets the disc and backs it over on out to the hands here of RT. Duh. Nice to see Artie here playing and on the roster as we get... One moment. Where's my... There we go. The names were not there for a minute. Interesting. Anyways, Artie with the disc and trying to dish it over to the opposite end, but going to be cut off pretty nicely. A deep shot and almost made. Will be a very, very quick stack trying to recover it. Meatballer, though, instead getting that disc right back. Trying to dump it off there to Huzzah. And nice goal for Huzzah on the slam. But credit the assist, of course. Meatballer looking for just the easier goal, you know. Could have maybe taken a shot, could have gone for the assaulted goalie, what have you. What they have is a slam dunk. Or what is it the Twitch chat's been calling it lately? Dunkarino? Dunkachino? Something like that. Dunkamino. But over here, Mozzie will get the disc and looking for very mean shots right through the goal. And there was a defender almost able to intercept that on the barrier, near the barrier area, kind of popping off from behind the the obscurity of the Geo, it looked like, but still able to get that through in time. So very nice start here for Frostbyte as they launch out once again. Shout out by the by to Dylan. I'm not gonna scream goal, at least not yet. As iC3, they're gonna go for the aforementioned goal. And celebratory on that for sure. A little wahoo and a bit of a huzzah, I suppose, is what you want to call it. As that shot does go through. See Jiggy there, JL Graham in the Twitch chat as well, as Mozzie stopping by there before starting this game, of course. H Money with a broken collarbone. That is not poggers at all, sir. And Fontac also there, stopping by in the chat. So over on the other side of the floor here, some brawling going on, but it's Azon coming through with a disc. Finding a tap pass right back to Azon, nicely done, and back again. So just really some monkey in the middle being played, but that's going to get dished out the left side eventually on that defensive stand. As some good boosts, but a multitude of leeches also coming through. And fast stacks from Frostbyte's crew looking for another goal, and there's a 2. They're up 10 very quick points. Very quick points. Only 3 minutes in. And that is some hot fire for Frostbyte. Yeah, big shots coming through the offense. Definitely standing strong here. Really looking at both of those teams' pages a little bit before this stream had begun. It was there was a lot of points being put up by both of these teams across some of their games. I mean, it's not all too surprising whatsoever, but yeah, just was curious, you know, who was going to come out a little bit hotter, you know, when you have two powerhouse teams like this on offense. As there's some very good offense being worked in by Citizen. I believe assist there was Azon. Grump, East Broom, not East Broom, almost got the save. Was just unable to, however, at least as far as the game was concerned. So we'll be 10-2, and iC converting on a goal here. So let's see if iC can come back now and use that to kind of build some momentum in their favor. There's Meatballer with a deep dish over to huzzah. Huzzah, less deep dish, but a very timely one indeed to Mozzie, and right back at him with immediateness, immediosity. That's the one. And it's 5:40 left here, up by 10, favoring Frostbyte. Fontac saying Pally on VRML 2. Yes, as well, so much for subtleties camming today on VRML 1. Meanwhile, Sir Dimwee cannot solo cam today. Some minor tech issues on his part. He'll be fine tomorrow, but yeah, so Dimwee and I are casting today, but Dimwee cannot cam by himself. Thus, I'm over here since I can cast and cam, and I don't mind it at all, of course. You know, it's VRML 2 is also just a overflow channel in general. You know, unfortunately, we can't stream every great game to VRML 1. If we could do both at once, sure we would. Maybe one day we will. Who knows? It'd be fun. But over here will be Grump with a disc. And I've asked this twice to Grumpy now, when he's appeared in Twitch chat. I don't think I've gotten an answer unless I missed it. Now, hold on, not missing a shot. It's Meatballer, speaking of Grump on the assist. But I've asked this to Grumpy now 2 different times when he's popped into the chats briefly. Why'd you change your name, man? The East Broom part of his name, Grumpiest Broom, that was iconic. Now, I understand maybe following the footsteps here of Mozzie with a dash, and there's a lot of players adding that dash at the end of their name. Almost call it an echo trend at this point, but it's a bit of a meme in itself. But, I'm just saying, how can you ditch the broom? There's always room for broom. Gone too soon, is all I gotta say. On that shot attempt, or maybe drive attempt, being stunned out there, so lost opportunity. The stacks are trying to collect there in the back line, but all the way here in the front, with plenty of time, it's iC with the recovery. Now there's some boosted players coming in, and a very nice redirect here from Grumpy, disciplined enough not to go for the punch, just got the mobility instead. All the meanwhile, as they crab walk, a very angry crab, a giant enemy crab at that, trying to go for that disc, and now getting knocked loose here to the hands of Jay Tabeka. Immediate fling to the other end of the floor, off the backboard twice, but not going to be in there for iC. Nonetheless, Mozzie will take the disc back, going right down the middle. And maybe right down into the goal. Mozzie, 17th point. With the 65-meter heave. How about that? Contact asking if I got the shirt yet. Not sure. I haven't been able to leave this room hardly since I got up this morning. Well, I say this morning, more like almost afternoon. Wasn't here yesterday. I did check it. So at least a 1-day delay. Not sure if it's actually here today or not though. But anyway, it will be. Oh, well, there you go. You're on top of it then. So it will be in my mailbox, I do suppose. But I'll have to go visit that after the casts are over today. Mozzie here with that disc and is not gonna miss. No, sir. 20 points for Frostbyte. Assisted by Huzzah yet again on that one, but Mozzie really lighting it up. Look at that. 13 points for Mozzie, 3 assists for Huzzah. And that's the story of this first round here for Frostbyte. That is some huge offensive power coming through. Now over here on the launch, Jay to Baker will lose it out to the mid lane now. Huzzah taking that away. Huzzah probably just going to get himself another assist, this time to Meatballer, maybe. And oh baby, it's a mercy, unfortunately for iC, but very strong opener here for Frostbyte. That was, yeah, I mean, I did not expect a mercy necessarily in this first round. Because definitely these two teams are just absolute powerhouses, as I was mentioning, no doubt about it. Looking at their scoring output, looking just at the personnel we're dealing with here. But yeah. So we'll go to the stats screen, just take a look at what we've got. But again, mentioned Mozzie and Huzzah definitely piling on points and assists between the two of them. A great connection there. See 5 points, Huzzah 4 assists. Mozzie the 13 points. Grump with an assist and a save, and Meatballer with 4 points and an assist as well. So some good distribution there on that end of the floor. Over on the other end, trying to remember here now who it was who put it in off that almost saved by Grumpy. Someone has 2 points over on iC. I want to say it was Azon. Either that or Citizen. One of those two. There was an assistant there. I don't know. But whatever. Goldfish Brain. Anyways, stuns. 14 stuns high for Artie, but that's about all they've got to work with, really. Just, again, that offense so strong in this first round from Frostbyte. So going into the second now, we're going to see if maybe they can get something a little bit better going for iC's side. Would not be a surprise whatsoever to see that unfold. So here we go. Off this joust. Will be taken by Grump. And Grump the quick clear. It's going to go to Mozzie's hands. The hot hand and not able to make that one. So finally a miss for Mozzie. Grump though, he's not going to miss, not at all. So Grump putting in the 2-point shot. And right on the board here first, about 16 seconds into the second round. And by the by, if you're wondering what's with the weird lighting issues or texture issues there in the goal, it's because I'm on the side cams. It does that sometimes. My current gamepad, my free cams, is a little bit intermittent sometimes, so I have to kind of switch between the two. Very frustrating. Right here, though, Azon, he's going to try and frustrate that goalie. Does so successfully. Nice goal for Azon. And just like that, tying up the game. Man, meeting their scoring output from that first round entirely. Only the 2 points, so the fact that they see this early goal go in for iC, a very good sign. Now see if they can build on that. Definitely the hopes if you're an iC fan. So Meatballer trying to pass that off there, just immediate zipper passes. You see that corner-to-corner rollout that a lot of teams kind of go to, where it's, you know, that initial pass goes into the tunnel area typically, or just on the other side of it, and then a second pass goes down towards that ramp area. And don't mind my Windows things as I continue to try and mess with this gamepad. I'm so sad. But over here, an open goal, but not able to convert because it's stacked nicely coming through quickly there. Now the stack once more is going to get right back to the other end, and that was very close to the goal. A good slap out by Mozzie. Obtaining the disc here, going to be Grump, but Grump getting stumped by the stun, and resulting in another one here for iC, and that's 4 points indeed. So good job once again. Yeah, the stun, the steal, delivery. right into the goal. And speaking of delivery, yeah, according to the post office, says Fontac in the mailbox. Good, good, good. All right, so into the other end of the floor. Going to be Jay Tabeka, getting that disc right back here. Into the hands of Artie now, and Artie looking to clear it, or send it actually on that pass to Citizen. Now Citizen gonna eye himself another deep one, crossing out over to Azon. Azon, oh look at the shot, he is blazon, and that's 7 points. Very nice for iC, and that is exactly what we were thinking could maybe happen. As I said, the fact that only 2 points have been scored for iC in that first round, highly unusual, unlikely. You had to figure that wasn't going to sustain itself, you know, across multiple rounds and such. So, yeah, that's definitely, again, good signs for them. But right here, a chance to bite right back. Frostbyte back, that is. It's going to be a nice pass. Huzzah, again, assisting this time. Mozzie, which actually has been kind of the dynamic duo so far, at least in the first round that was the case. There was a lot of Huzzah to Mozzie plays that got them those nice goals. So very well done on their part for sure, to just bring it right back to within 3. And I think my controller's just donezo. Either that or my cable is. So it just may very well be side cams and whatnot from here on out. You know, that's okay. I'll take it. This is a good chance to get practice at it. So let's see here. Going to be taken by Citizen. Citizen over on to Azon's side. You can see the stack in the midline just going to retreat there. All the meanwhile, a good steal, perhaps from Jay Tabeka, trying to maneuver all around. Gets the immediate pass. Nice recognition, and already couldn't convert on the goal quite yet, but will still be there to bother Huzzah and maybe enable his teammates enough time to recover. So there you go. The defense now pretty off balance. They're starting to retreat into the goal. They need to act fast. An anchor shot. Oh, that is exactly how fast it needed to be. It's 8 meters out, 17 meters shot, meters per second shot. And too much the dismay, perhaps, of Frostbyte. That was indeed a 3 going in. So they're up here by 6 points, about 5:20 left. As Late Toast stops in the chat as well. Hello, Late Toast. Big toast to you. Make the most of your appearance here on Channel 2. And that's a very Channel 3. Channeling his inner beast, Huzzah. This time denying the assist, saying, no, I can shoot as well. I can score. He's going to get some more. Great shot by Huzzah. All right, so 7 points for Frostbyte here. They bring it right back to within 3. So even though you would think that, hey, a heavy momentum was actually in the side of iC here, you figured, I mean, again, round 1 was a mercy, okay? A mercy in favor of Frostbyte. But you would figure, you know, a team like iC with that kind of offense not going to be held down for all too long. And indeed, they were not. Although losing the disc a little bit here. Will be Mozzie now trying to retain that. A really tightly woven pass will eventually find Huzzah. So how about that nice series of passes? Got a little bit frazzled there for a second, but not for too long. And just like that, it's a 1-point game. You know, so you got to hand it there to Frostbyte. They are making a comeback, a clap back, a bite back, whatever you want to say. No, the name of the game here is rhythm in Echo Arena. And I think Frostbyte has indeed started to find their rhythm. So Citizen, as he rolls out with a disc QBing, needs to be extremely careful now that they do not allow another turnover and goal here, because this is the point. I mean, there's a turnover, so will the goal come as a question? I mean, if prior results were any indication, I'm expecting it to, and that's not going to be good whatsoever, because this could be a lead, in fact, should a score go in. So another grab, this time Mozzie doling out the damage, giving back the assist, and very, very nice dish to take the lead. 11-10. And man, what a huge momentum shift. What more can you say? Coming in no time at all. I think it's interesting. With the free cams, you can use the keyboard, and you can use the W key to move. But that's about it. Over here, Mozzie taking that disc, having it. Oh, nice snag. I don't even think he was looking at that. Just had his hand in the right place, unless my eyes were deceiving me. Or maybe my ice was deceiving me. Who knows? But yet another disc getting loose here on the orange side, so needing to be careful, needing to cut off the bleeding, bandage the wounds a little bit. There goes a deep clear into the other side of the floor, but immediately on the recovery, very close to the goal, going to be taken back by Artie. Artie for the backboard, but couldn't hit the shot. A maybe too rushed clear will go into the arms, the waiting hands. And eventually to the nest to maybe a goal, but no, big grab from Meatballer. Could have gotten the lead back for iC had that gone through, but a big save, and that is super important for the momentum as Meatballer now on the offense. Meatball is on a roll. Somebody go pick it up. 13-10, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here. Very good joke, Palidore. Thanks. Very good comment. Late toast. Will be Citizen here, QBing once more. Needs to try and avoid the defense, but again, the momentum continues, and look at the shot. Barely grazing by and blazing through for the, once again, just another hot goal. That's 16 points. And Mozzie has been absolutely a beast. 20 points now across these 2 rounds. And that is immense. So let's see. We'll be rolling out here. Citizen on that pass off to the mid lane, and finally they're able to get it through. But so much in the second half of this second round, that disc has just been really sticking on that orange side. I mean, here it goes again. Just really having a hard time kind of stabilizing now. That shot is exactly what they needed. So great job there from Jada recognizing Citizen. Clear and open for that goal. Very important hit, because now they have a minute left. They're only down by 3. Granted, iC does need to play some rather aggressive defense here if they want to force this 3rd round. So it is still in the hands for a return, a comeback here for iC, who were in firm control to start off the 2nd round. But now, a turnover indeed. Apologies for the cameras, but over here, Jada, he's trying to get it over with 42 seconds. One more pass over to Citizen. Now, Citizen has some options. This is the time where, you know, that blood pressure's starting to rise. Going for a pass. Little strong, but great catch from Azon. So Azon trying the anchor shot. Oh, but denied by guess who? Mozzie. And now Huzzah, the other big player here, but still unable to get that disc. That was a big save from Mozzie. Now you're really going to force that 3-point shot from the side of iC to tie this up. Someone needs to go for that goalie right away. They need to take that shot, but missing the pass. 10 seconds left, still a little bit of time, but really in a frantic situation at the moment. So over to the side and to the lane, but it's going to be taken out, and that is indeed the game. 16-13 in 2 rounds, and Frostbyte, when it looked like they were at the edge of defeat just in the first half of that 2nd round, somehow mustering up just enough of that sauce to come back and score again and again, and well, led them to that win. That was really impressive, just being able to regain that rhythm. You know, it's a tough thing in Echo Arena sometimes in the context of a single round. You know, a lot of the times when you can go into the intermissions between rounds and recollect yourself, you'll see those comebacks, but you know, oftentimes, I mean, to be scored on 2, 3, 4 times in a row like Frostbyte was to open up the round, and then to just be able to come back and pile on that many points that quickly was super impressive. So anyway, we're going to go to the score screen here. We do have some more matches on the way, so can't dally super long. But we'll bring you to the stats and just give you a read on those really quickly. Seeing GG's there. It's a Gunslinger. Good 2nd round. Mozzie as well, now popping into the chat. Oh, speaking of the devil, it's, indeed, Mozzie, the 20 points. Absolutely just lit up that goal over and over. Definitely helped by the teammates, though, over for Frostbyte. You just look at all those assists. I mean, 6 assists, the game high for Huzzah, but super impressive effort. Meatballer contributing there, a couple of assists and a save as well. You had Grump with the assist and 3 saves. Meanwhile, for Frostbyte, it was Azon leading with the 8 points, 15 stuns. Citizen with 3 points, 2 assists. Jay Tabeka, a couple of assists and 18 stuns. And Artie with a couple of points, an assist, and 29 stuns for the match high. Rather low stun game, actually, when you consider that. That's a lot of boost, a lot of mobility, not actually a lot of brawls compared to what you might be used to in some of these matches. So, With that said, we're going to move right on along here to an intermission quick, as we have our next match starting in a few minutes on this channel, which will be Turbo versus Protostar. Okay, so yeah, join me on the other end. We'll be right back. Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back. See, I told you it wouldn't be too long. Got ourselves some more matches here, about to start off. Our second one of this stream, and hopefully gonna be a good one. Got some recognizable faces up in here for sure. And a recognizable voice perhaps here on the casting booth. Well, I'm Palidore. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining. Getting started now with going to be Protostar versus Turbo. So Turbo we've seen a little bit of in recent weeks. Definitely one of some entertaining streams that I've gotten of them over the first few weeks of gameplay. Now that said, Techno Wubs right off the bat trying for a score. Not going to get it that time, but definitely Techno's been one of the standout offensive players, strikers here in VRML for some of these early streams. And see how it plays off here. Red Ace is going to bring it up the floor. Looking for some distribution to Loosey Goosey. And it's going to be, well, loose on the wall there. Eventually, maybe, possibly, taken here back by Red Ace. Now, Red Ace going to the shoulder. And a little bit strong on the shot. So instead, going to go right back now to Techno. Techno driving it in and gets the goal to go. It's 2 points first. Techno Wubs assisted by Loosey Goose. E. Loosey Goose C. Now, apologies as well for the somewhat iffy camera work today because, as you may have heard on the last stream, and recent streams in general, I don't know, something's up with my USBs or my controllers. I'm not really sure which. Point is, we're doing a little bit more keyboard-style cam work for the moment, which isn't always the most ideal, but we'll work with what we got, just like on that shot. Techno Wubs. Gotta shout out, give him some love because, yeah, the offense has been tremendous for Techno these first few weeks. I think every stream getting probably somewhere along the lines of 15, 20 points or so. I mean, just a absolute blazer. So, leaf around, gets the disc here. Going to roll to the bottom of the floor here on that rollout. And get it over to RDG for Protostar. Formerly known as Arthur Gambit. A.k.a. Arthur Guinness. And onto the top side, be taken by Valkyrie. Valkyrie looking for that clear, getting it partially through as the disc does sail over to the bow tie. Will be retained here by Techno Wubs. Needs to evade the stun. A soft shot. And how about that? Goes a 5 spot. It dug on that one. Almost. Now see, throwing it really softly. I'm not sure if that was intended to be a pass or what. So really unlikely, I guess, assist, you would say, off the dome of a 5-spotted dog there. Trying to... I'm not even sure. Either way, it worked out. The stun now, very quick on that boost. And even on the second stack, look at the speed here from Turbo. Able to maneuver through, though. Not getting the disc, not grabbing that one. It's really a lot of mustard on that throw, so Techno instead will come through with it. You can see Artie here as well as a 5-spotted dog on the nest. So a couple players for Protostar trying to do some work and just not give a whole lot of room for this passing play to envelop. Now that said, an intercept being taken by Techno Wubs. And over on the other side now, Red Ace just trying to make his way up and down the floor. Now, Loosey Goosey thought about it for a minute, maybe going for a little boost, Loosey Boosty, but nope. Instead, just spreading the floor into kind of a triangle formation now here, now at the midline. That said, we'll bounce off that wedge into the cloud area, top of the ramp, and another slap over. Eventually reaching the hands here of Artie. Now, Artie. Ooh, oh, that's not. Now, see, this is using the arrow keys on spectator mode. That ain't it. But over here will be Loosey Goosey now, trying for an immediate shot, unable to find too much. They are up here, 8 points, of course, so definitely in good position either or. Don't need to rush too much. But leaf around with the disc is just going to bring it up to the mid lane. Now there's a stack. We'll go right back maybe to leaf around, losing it just briefly. All the meanwhile will be taken here by RDG. So RDG going to make a play, perhaps, and instead going up towards the top of the ceiling where it's going to be taken now off a stun by Artie. So Artie again with a go. And now looking for a deep cross, hot cross, but not getting the shot. Still a rebound from 5-spotted dog, but Techno Wubs, a deep clear. Now, pretty straight, almost had a chance actually at the bounce shot. Those are always dangerous. Techno Wubs, though, on the second attempt. And is he a dangerous man or what? Very much so, Twitch chat. Believe me. Continue, I mean, just continuing to do what Techno does. Very exciting to watch, needless to say, for anytime Techno's been on stream, and as well as the rest of his team here. All right, so on that launch out, going for that back pass of sorts to back to Really Reels' hands down the front, going midline. So creative rollout, and does actually get them through with maybe the defense off balance. Now that said, the stacks did come through with some nice efficacy and were able to cause a turnover if nothing else. Meanwhile, will be retained here by Really Reels. And now sideline over to RDG. Again, trying to work it through, but just having a bit of trouble with all that maneuverability that we're seeing here on behalf of the folks on Techno. They've just been very quick with the stacks, without a doubt. I'm really not a fan of these keyboard controls. Anyway, nonetheless, over to the bottom ramp. It's going to be by that rad logo, taken by Valkyrie, but not for too long. There's Really Reels with a clear, and taken back, though, at the other end. Now needing to evade is Red Ace. Good pass over to the bow tie. And now a bounce. One of those awkward bounces that could have had a chance, maybe had Leaf Around not been there inside the goal. Now, haven't been able to pay attention to Twitch chat much, but people are being rude. Don't do that. Don't do that. Over here off the backboard, RDG just did that. He's finding himself here with the first 2 for Protostar. And a good shot, good touch off the backboard. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All right. So anyway. Just trying to catch up on chat a little bit. Try to avoid the callouts, huh? I mean, especially with how big the community's gotten. See, the thing is, in Echo history, I won't lie, I mean, the way it used to be, there was the community could kind of self-police a little bit because we were small and niche enough. But now there are so many players and so many more eyes involved. It's just, you know, you make a single call-out. This is the thing. You make a single call-out, and that's where the whole crowd mentality comes. And then it gets a little bit iffy, you know, when people pile on each other. That's the big problem. And then, a big dive coming in from Techno-Wubs. Techno now trying to hand it off, unable to do so. And instead will result in a loosey-goose goal. Laying an egg there right into the goal for another couple points. And that was a nice shot off the rebound. So very nice, showing that touch and just, again, good positioning, right place, right time, if nothing else. It's what they need. It's what they want. All right, so Leaf Around will roll out here. 2:20 left in this first round. Up by, well, maybe some more soon. Techno-Wubs is going to drive it in and looking for a shot right down the middle. Soft one at 10 meters a second, but that is going to be just precise enough to get it through. Got the goal. And 16 points here now for Turbo. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. All right, so on the launch, QBing. It's going to be Leaf Around. There's that rollout again. There's a name for that. I kind of need it. I know it's one of their rollouts. We saw they were on stream yesterday too, I believe, either that or a couple days ago. Not sure what to call that one yet, though. All these different crafty, creative names between these teams. Kind of fun. One of the fun parts of Echo Arena is all the personalized plays as that shot. That was great from RDG. Look at that. Right in the bottom pocket there of the goal. So 5 points for Protostar, all courtesy of Artie. It's a very nice shot right in, 15, 20 seconds or so into that launch. But on this launch will be Valkyrie, the immediate pass over, and going for that double stun down Really Real. So good job by Valkyrie to just delay that stack and completely break him up, in fact, in that back line. So that allows plenty of time as Valkyrie continues to try and bother. But see, it allowed a lot of time for their front line to work it up the floor. Now, if they score, which they had a good chance at, I mean, definitely would have been credit to Valkyrie just because of that midline defense. One of the kind of underrated parts of Echo, and not necessarily a surprise, obviously, because camera takes so much focus usually on the front line and what's going on the disc, that it's easy to miss these subtle things that are going on in the back, which is to say people who are denying the stacks and brawling people out, delaying, leeching, and really just opening up the floor. Now, that said, on the clear, there's a Valkyrie with it. You see Leaf Around now and 5-spotted trying to go for that goal. All the meanwhile, ooh, what was that? Will be retained here by Red Ace, and not going to get that through on the anchor from the shoulder. And with a few seconds remaining, maybe a chance at one more goal, and Techno does indeed claim it to end this first round. It's going to be going the way of Turbo, 18-5. All right, so going over to the stat line here. And yeah, it was 13 points. Again, for Techno-Wubs, strong effort, nothing too unusual there on the offensive end. 1 assist, 10 stuns. He had Loosey Goosey with a pair of points, assists, and 7 stuns. And Valkyrie with 9 stuns there. Red Ace with 1, and just some midline play from him, kind of positioning out there. Over on the side of Turbo, or of Protostar rather, was 5 points for Artie. Some really nice hits there. One of them off that backboard, and then that long shot into the pocket, that corner. 1 save and 13 stuns as well for Artie. 5 spotted with an assist, a save, steal, and 9 stuns. Really reels with the 5 stuns, along with a steal as well. And then Leaf around, a couple saves, a steal, and 5 stuns. So a nice defensive effort there coming in. Certainly from the side of Protostar, you can see on the steals and on the saves, they are winning out here. As far as the stuns, about even, a little bit in favor of Protostar. So, I mean, you know, the defensive end of things, Proto is doing pretty well. Just unable to really get the offense going as much as they would like, perhaps. So we do make our way now to the second round. As I sit here continually hoping my controller will suddenly magically work, but it does not. But that's okay. So instead, on the second round launch, that is, will be Valkyrie with a disc, trying to evade the defense there with some maneuvering, a nice bounce right through the tunnel. Going to take a couple more bounces before finally finding its way to the right side. Up on that shoulder, it's Techno-Wubs again, but a good save. Leaf around. He is just hanging around the goal and doing some great work on that end. So Leaf around with that save, but Valkyrie here now with a disc trying to back it out. So good patience being shown on the passing play. And yeah, just going to buy the time. So Red Ace playing that back line again. Needs to get rid of it there and does so to Loosey Goosey off that backboard. But Valkyrie, there's a great positioning again, but another just narrow miss. So maybe another rebound can get them some more attempts. The positioning very nice from Techno. That is very much assured. But right now getting hurt by all the punches in the back line. Red Ace will still get there barely in time before finding maybe a clear. And just going to roll right up into the top wedge, retained here by Techno. Techno going through tunnel and trying to find maybe a goal or a lineup at that one of those bounces. But nonetheless, we'll be right back to Valkyrie's hands here. And positioning out pretty well once more. And just score another ding. So a lot of, again, great positioning. Just these narrow misses, but finally Techno-Wubs. Now, it took them a solid maybe 5 attempts or so, give or take, just in that minute and 23 of action, but finally finding the goal. So a good job on their part. All right, so over onto the bottom of the floor, Loosey Goosey with the disc and just missing off that barrier, kind of being denied by the inanimate goalkeeper, I guess you'd call it. 5-spotted dog. He's going to be left inanimate after the stun. Now coming back into it, though, will be Techno-Wubs, a steal on the opposite side. Loosey Goosey kind of connected to him and going for that very, very deep clear. It's going to bounce right back into the barrier and back into the tunnel zone. Techno-Wubs, though, getting domed there with a great punch from Artie. Very important on that set. A rebound still on the way, and slapping it in is, of course, Techno with another goal here. 4 points in the second round. All over that disc, even despite any stuns and leeches and what have you, just seems like a nose for the disc. You know, always there at the right place. All right, so 7 minutes in this second round here. Another launch coming out to the bottom, that root area, but being stunned, so the stack coming through timely, but just as well, the stuns coming in pretty timely for Protostar. Good pass here to Really Reels, off into the side wall, just beyond the reach, but finally getting that one. Now 5-spotted will kind of bounce it around there off that throw, just trying to evade all the stacked defenders, but will result in the turnover ultimately here to the side and back out again into the mid. Now Valkyrie's there for a rebound, trying to bounce it over to the wedge area and that pack area. But Leaf around still gets a disc back, goes to mid, and with a few minutes off this clock, a bit lower scoring here in the second round. That first one, again, for those maybe joining us, was 18-5 in favor of Turbo. But yeah, the first several minutes of here, much different pace. That's actually what we saw in that match as well, Frostbyte versus iC3. That began this stream about 48 minutes ago, where it was a first round mercy by Frostbyte. And then second round, very, very strong effort by iC3. They had a lead for a solid lead by a few goals, in fact, in the first half of that second round. But then Frostbyte came back again. But it's just the same kind of thing as Loosey Goosey rings in a shot, where at a moment's notice, you can go from 20 combined points, 20-plus combined points in a round, and then by the next round, suddenly it's single digits for both teams. And, that's the name of the game. It's all the rhythm. So with 6 points here, 5:40 remaining. Still plenty of time to start getting in some offense here. That's really just where they've been stifled is all because the defense definitely in round one was advantageous towards Protostar. They were getting more brawls, more saves, and more steals compared to Turbo. It's just the fact that Turbo was getting more opportunities at the goal, just like that. And putting it in with some velocity there was loosey-goosey. But that's really the big difference maker, is just the fact that, for Protostar, they can stifle the offensive Turbo once or twice, make him pass extra times, but, by the time they take those second and third shots, they are getting those goals eventually. And definitely when you can make the defenses also pay with those open threes like we just saw, gonna hurt even more. But nonetheless, Artie will roll out, going for a very, very deep pass here to 5-spotted. 5-spot. Gets the goal off that backboard touch, and very nice job here to bring him back within a 7. Still 4:37 remaining in second round. Yeah, Ryan's saying it's over. Famous last words. I mean, Turbo can still very much win. They're in position, obviously, but like I said, we've seen, I don't know how many times, the rhythm changing just at the flip of a quarter, it feels like. It happens. Now, obviously, Turbo is having themselves a really good game, and they're in a great rhythm now. A really great opportunity for a shot there. Almost no chance to stop it with so many bodies running interference. That's very tough. So, nice job there by Techno and his crew to get that one going. But I'm just saying. Stranger things have happened in those comebacks. In fact, you see them a lot, an awful lot. I can verify because I've casted almost 600 games, and I can't tell you the amount of times I've seen people in chat or what have you saying, "Oh, it's over," and then 3 minutes later, "What happened?" It happens. It happens a lot, especially towards the end of Season 1. There were so many connoisseur votes that got messed up at the end of Season 1 the last 4 weeks. With a lot of, again, upsets on expectations. It happens. Right there, though, an exclamation from Red Ace 96 on that shot. That was a great pass, a passing play there by Protostar, but the defensive denials from Turbos, they put on the boost, they put on the juice, couldn't make the most of that goal, and it will go back to 5-spotted Dog here on the bottom side, looking for a clear, but will be Valkyrie now, taking it up high. I guess that's where Valkyries roam, but indeed, roaming for the open goal, dunking it in, it's Techno-Wubs, and it's 13-2. But yeah, that was pointing out the great save there was Ryan. That was, yeah, stellar save because that was a really fantastic passing play. Now, had that play for Protostar turned into the goal, that would have been, again, just a very interesting game for sure. Would have brought it all the more close. But as is the case when you see these teams starting to roll and feeling that good rhythm, it seems like that, it's like the 2K games, NBA 2K or what have you, where it's just if your player is hot, suddenly their stats go up. Their attributes go up by 10 points. It's like they can't miss, and it's like they're starting to save everything. It's like they're rebounding everything. Everything goes their way. It's a rhythm game. Sports are all rhythm-based. Indeed, this isn't a sport game. This is a rhythm game. Joke's on you. This is Rock Band 2 as RDG will try and rock the rim, but can't get it through. So back again to the hands maybe of Leaf around. They have Artie also there with some short-range attempts at the boost. Will space out instead, going for that bottom pass, but going to go right up high, being retained by Techno-Wubs. Over to the Cloud now, slapped to Leaf around's hands. Now Leaf around trying to back that out. Less than 2 minutes to go, and the window definitely starting to close here for the Protostar crew as they will dive down for a pass. and going for a cut. Another nice pass, and there you go. 5 spotted dog, and at last they score here off of those passing plays. One of them had to go eventually, and there was some really stellar defense from the team here on Turbo, no doubt. But you saw multiple times now where Protostar has been able to string along some nice passes. And, yeah, finally got the advantageous goal. So, very nice job. That said, the time definitely not conducive to come back here. 1:16 left. They're down by 9 points. And really should Turbo just hold on to the disc like they are. You know, stall this out even just for a few extra seconds. That's just about going to do it. That's all they need to do. Of course, this stack here trying to deny it and doing so with some varying success. But, again, time not exactly all that much on the side. The nice re-grab, though, the rebound that is by that stack, just well prepared with a short-range boost before being obtained here by Really Reels. Trying to send it to the opposite side, 44 seconds left, and it does find its way into the blue zone. Meanwhile, you can see 5 spotted from down below, looking for one more goal off that pass, but again, just slightly off just through the fingertips as an immediate boost comes through now. Artie able to get that disc right back. There's another player there boosting in on the defense, and they're going to back it out with some pretty solid passing here, but the time just about out now. 20 seconds left. Valkyrie going for that deep bounce right back to Techno Wubs. Techno stopping, and he's bopping with those Techno beats and handing defeat to Protostar, 16-4. And they are indeed some shooting stars here on Turbo, and as is Techno, once again with some consistency every time we stream. It seems like a million points for Techno Wubs. So that will conclude this round, conclude this match. We'll head over to the score screen real quick and take a look at what they've got to offer. And, well, there we go. 24 points for Techno Wubs, 2 assists, 22 stuns as well. For Red Ace, 1 assist, 1 save, 5 stuns. Valkyrie, 2 assists, 1 save, 1 steal, 18 stuns. Lucy Goosey, 7 points, 2 assists, 2 saves, 1 steal, 15 stuns. Big stat lines, even though the huge point total there for Techno Wubs is obviously a thing to point out. I do love the fact, as always, that we have multiple players, all 4 players on the board there with assist on Turbo's side. So, always a good thing to see that team play and kind of enabling the hot hand, which is to say, you know, Techno and Lucy as well. Over on Proto's side, it was 5 points for RDG. Had some nice scores, an assist, a save, and 27 stuns as well to lead the game in the stun department. 5 spotted dog with the 4 points, 1 assist, 3 saves, 15 stuns, as well as that 1 steal. Really Reels contributing there the 1 assist, 1 steal, 16 stuns. Leaf around 3 saves and 14 stuns. So that will in fact be the match and the series, going favor now of Turbo, who will go 3-2 on the season so far, just a few weeks in. And for Protostar, just not the results they wanted today. Couldn't quite get that rhythm going as much as they wanted to, but still, very nice record, obviously. I mean, you look at what they've accomplished, and they're still just going to fly. Well, I guess, yeah, that works. They're still going to fly to 4-4. I really don't know what I was trying to say there. But anyway, all right, so that will do it. Taking a look here at the schedule again. So I believe over on Channel 1 in the next few minutes, a match between Carbon and Wireless Jacks should be starting up. So watch out for that over on that channel. In fact, I don't know, if there's no one else casting besides Dimwee and Subtlety. I might even join that late if I can. But until then, I've been Palidore. This has been VRML. Hope your night is mighty swell, and we'll see you again real soon.